Hello everyone, back again with the top 10 lists in the world. Ever wonder about movie theater secrets such as why the popcorn always smells irresistible but costs a fortune? Always wanted to know why the theater floors sometimes feel like a sticky mess, even though you passed the cleaning crew on the way in? If so, then you're in luck. Here are the top 10 lists of all the movie theater secrets you've always wanted to know about. Number 10. The biggest part of the profit isn't earned by ticket sales. While it may seem out there, movie theaters don't make a huge amount of money off of the movies themselves, at least for the first month or two that they play. During that time, most of the profits from ticket sales go to the studio that distributed the movie. The theater only starts to take in a bigger chunk of the proceeds when the film has been out for around 3 months or so. This is why some of them continue to play popular movies, even after they've been out for months. Theaters like AMC are helping to keep their profits high by charging more for popcorn, soda, and all that candy that you love so much. Number 9. There's a lot of piracy. While movie theater employees are generally pretty chill about most things, there are a few big no-nos, piracy being chief among them. This is one of the few instances where the theater will actually call the cops and quite possibly have you apprehended. Up until recently, the MPAA even gave theaters a $500 reward for foiling the attempts of anyone trying to record a movie. Studios have tried to salvage some of their big-budget films by selling them through streaming services for $20 to $30. But that business model has made it easier for pirates to illegally copy and share new releases, with an estimated loss of millions of potential customers for the production companies. Number 8. Noise levels in theaters can be dangerous. According to the American Hearing Research Foundation, the noise levels in certain theaters can be loud enough to risk contributing to hearing loss, especially in theaters playing action movies. Some of these films, they say, can leave your ears feeling as stunned as if they'd just sat through a super loud rock concert. Depending on the length of the movie, the higher end of the movie theater decibel range could be unsafe. Noise doses are measured by both noise level and the length of exposure. For 85 decibels, 8 hours, or less is safe. But at just 3 decibels higher, the limit drops to 4 hours. At 91, it drops to 2. And if a movie reaches 100 decibels, it can cause hearing damage after only 15 minutes. Number 7. Cinema workers always clean the room cinema and hurry. Although there are cleanup crews who come in after every movie to tidy up, they have limited time to get the theater ready for the next group of moviegoers. It's also the right thing to do to clean up after yourself because movie theater employees don't have enough time to properly clean up auditoriums after each screening. While it's easy to just leave your empty popcorn containers on the floor or under your seat, theaters are not giant trash cans that happen to show films. Be sure to throw away any trash, such as empty soda cups and candy. Number 6. Movie seats didn't have cup holders until 1981. Innovation has always been a funny thing. Leave it to the nation that figured out how to put a man on the moon before we thought of putting wheels on suitcases. Cup holders were not invented until 1981, nearly 60 years after the first air-conditioned movie theater opened in the United States. By the way, popcorn became connected with movie watching in the United States during World War II, when movie theaters were forced to stop serving confectionery due to a sugar shortage. Number 5. Popcorn prices. Ever wonder why we so closely associate popcorn with watching movies? It was actually a tradition ingrained into our culture during World War II when sugar rations made candy hard to come by. Although popcorn had always been around, and was actually sold in movie theaters before you could even see feature films, it was cemented as a go-to movie snack during the conflict. A good grade steak of the same weight costs more than 10.5 ounces of popcorn, according to many sources of data. The cost of this popular movie snack is so high that it would be cheaper to eat in a respectable restaurant. A large popcorn bucket costs an average of $8 in the United States, but the movie theater pays only $1 for it. The same price you'd pay at the grocery store. Number 4. Many people avoid 3D films. The illusions that you see in 3 dimensions in the movies is not calibrated the same way that your eyes and your brain are. In a just published article, Consumer Reports says about 15% of the moviegoing audience experiences headache and eye strain during 3D movies. While there was a boom in 3D movies following the success of Avatar and Alice in Wonderland, that fad has died off yet again. Variety reports, box office revenues for 3D films in the US and Canada fell 18% in 2017 to $1.3 billion, according to a new report by the Motion Picture Association of America. Many people say watching 3D gives them unpleasant side effects such as headache or nausea. Scientists don't fully understand why this is. There is a risk of migraines that comes from watching a 3D movie, according to a study published in the journal Frontiers in Neurology. In fact, people who suffer from migraines have more than 3 times the risk of developing a 3D-induced headache compared to most other moviegoers. Young women were also found to be at higher risk. While more research needs to be done to determine the specific reasons behind this finding, it has been suggested that possible causes could be light sensitivity, eye strain, the movie's frame speed, intensity of the film's visual effects and the way images are projected through the 3D glasses required to view these films. Number 3. You are being watched. If you think lights out at the movies means the coast is clear, think again. At least some movie theaters are on the lookout with cameras and vision night goggles. A panel of live CCTV images from multiple screening rooms capture just about every member in each audience doing their thing. Whatever that may be. Theater employees also wear night vision goggles, so nothing anyone does in that big dark room is left to the imagination. According to safenow.org, the top 4 reasons theater managers look at their monitors are to see if people are 1. Pirating the movie, 2. Sneaking food and beverages into the theater, 3. Making out, even kissing is not permissible in some theaters, and 4. Committing a crime such as theft or worse. Whether or not cameras are set up in every US movie theater isn't clear, but safenow.org says AMC and Regal are 2 theater chains that do have them, for better or worse. Number 2. There's always an expelled spectator in cinemas. In the United States, almost every week there are always couples who are kicked out for committing indecent acts while watching. The use of camera is for monitoring people who do immoral acts that make the surrounding audience feel disturbed. This camera is to monitor those who commit immoral acts that make the surrounding audience feel disturbed. The number 1 reason is disregard for other people watching the film. Usually, it's talking, texting, eating loud or fragrant food. Sometimes it is due to them not controlling their kids. In some cultures it is considered normal to have the children running up and down the aisles during the movie. Insurance company doesn't have a lot of cultural sensitivity when it comes to liability exposure. If you are being argumentative or aggressive, you're gone. A movie theater has to safely move large numbers of people in and out in a timely manner. There are all sorts of things going on and that can happen. It's about respect. Number 1. The best watch position. For a standard movie theater with exit rows on the sides, as opposed to down the middle, as some older theaters have, the best spot is as close to dead center as you can get. This way your eyes are more centralized and not straining to catch things on the very left or right side of the image on screen. You also don't want to have too wide of a vertical viewing angle so you have to look too far up or down to see the whole screen. That's a large part of what makes sitting in the front row so unpleasant for most people. The center positioning is also good for sound. You have the best placement for surround sound, and your ears catch the full effect of all the speakers in the house working together. Sitting too close to one side isn't as much of a downside as it once was, at least from a sound perspective. When you factor IMAX, however, the variables aren't exactly the same. Sitting in the front row as opposed to the back row in a traditional theater means your geometric relationship to the screen is wildly different. That's all for the top 10 list of the secret facts about movie theaters. We have listed them into 10 of the best. If you have another unknown secret facts about theaters, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.